the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the electric Kyler Murray. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dragons of Canton taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and...
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. The numbers a week ago for Chase: 5 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 41 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Touchdown! Jamar Chase, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dragons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted number 1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They fake the handoff, now Murray. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Throwing now is Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Here's Murray from midfield. Got him in. It's Brown. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So the new weapon just picked up via the trade, making an impact here right away.
And what you like about getting guys who catch passes, you don't have to spend a lot of time in the playbook. You just tell them to dial up a route and get the ball in their hands.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When you look at this defense,
they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. On first down, Justin Herbert. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there. 45 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Herbert now. And that's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's Herbert now on second down.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Herbert back to the air. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on third and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 64 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Murray now to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler.
We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground.
Try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 23 yards, the final tally. And a good quarterback facing zone
pressure. He's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Herbert operating from the red zone. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Vikings 11-yard line.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, Herbert.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Gerald Everett from 6 yards away.
And the Dragons go up by 2 touchdowns.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time, a 9-play drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Another carry now for Madison. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The Vikings are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. Play fake. Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Touchdown, Vikings! Marquise Brown, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yep.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a...
Herbert has it knocked free.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On second down, Eckler. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide...
There he goes, left side! Down the left sideline. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 28. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Eckler. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught, They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Herbert completes this one to Thornton. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw here, Herbert. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Here's Herbert. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Jordan Love, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter.
Thank you, and we welcome everyone. Either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them
it'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Murray. Middle of the field to Jefferson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of bounds to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. This goes out wide from Madison. And the stop here will come at the... Murray now. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
But going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
For the field goal, a 52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead.